hello. Fancy seeing you here. I'm John, the Little Unsaid, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the album that I've just finished making. This album is all about my experience of London. I've been living here for sort of 3 years, as well as trying to capture this restless pace, this relentless kind of everyone sort of moving and driving towards something all the time in London. You've got this bustling excitement, the appealing chaos of the whole place, the sprawling mess that is beautiful in its own strange way. And on the other hand, you've got loneliness and the claustrophobia and the kind of paranoia and the fear a lot of people have. Having said all this, it sounds like it's a really kind of despairing, melancholic experience. It's not supposed to be this kind of, you know, completely sort of... Why is he flinching? The album isn't supposed to be completely about urban disillusionment and oh, poor you, city boy. It's also supposed to be sort of celebratory. The music is kind of celebrating this, exactly, celebrating this kind of ridiculousness of life in this place. So hopefully the album all the way through is pulling between those two really conflicting responses to living here. I think that's kind of reflected in the process as well and in the sound of the album. Oh, hello! The album very much sort of started here in my lovely, glamorous, massive home studio. Had all these songs that I've been writing on acoustic guitar, on piano, and started recording them here. I've been getting really into electronic music and sampling, and decided I really wanted it to have sort of a sampled element and be a little bit more kind of, not dance music, but a little bit more danceable, you know, you can dance to it. And since the songs were all sort of about London, about my experience of London, there was this real thread sort of developing for what would become the album. I thought it'd be nice to go out and capture some of the sounds of London, take a little recorder, go out and capture whatever I could, whatever I thought was sort of interesting sounding. The Greenwich Foot Tunnel's got this amazing natural reverb. Did some kind of stuff of just miking my own footsteps clopping through the tunnel. You get this really nice kind of crisp reverb as it echoes. As I was doing it, it just happened to be a dog that started chasing me through the tunnel and barking at me, so I managed to capture the sound of that and use that in one of the songs. I've recorded quite a lot of bits of transport around London, like riding around on trains, the sound of the doors kind of opening and the bleeping and all that sort of stuff. You can use those in kind of quite weird sort of rhythmic ways. It's about using kind of what you've got, and you know, I can, you know, relatively competently play, you know, the guitar and the piano and the things like the harmonium and keyboards and do the singing, add a few other bits like the bass and all that sort of stuff. But then for stuff like the strings and the brass, you know, whilst I scored that stuff out because I had very specific ideas of how I wanted it to sound, I had to get other people to play that because I don't know how. I found a couple of really decent brass players, Patrick and Sam, and I found this really nice string quartet. We went to Soup Studios in Cable Street. I've got my harpist friend Alice Phelps to do some harp on one particular track. Sorted. So I found this really brilliant shanty group based in Yorkshire called Kimber's Men, who very kindly said they'd come and sing a couple of lines on the first track on the album for me. So the idea was to then assemble all these sounds from different places, so recording the instruments in different places, recording the found sounds around London, and then to go back to my little home studio cupboard and assemble it all. When I'm recording here I can do that for free, but there's only so much I can do here. So I set up this pledge page thing just as an experiment really, to see if I could do it as a pre-order. Managed to get funding. It was really nice to know there were some people who were actually interested in there being a second album from the Little Unsaid. Knowing that there was a bit of interest is an immediate kind of kick up the arse to get the whole thing moving and get it made.